Hello everyone, this is Val from Valia Craft Studio, and I'd like to show you this journal I've made using Jane Austen as my theme. It measures about 9 inches by 6 inches, which is about, I believe, 230 by 150 millimeters. It has 3 signatures and over 120 pages. So it's got on the front, it's got an image and a little scrappy down the bottom, and on the back another image from one of the kits. Now I have 2 digital kits I use, they're not my own. I think one is from Artie Mays and one is from Calico Collage, and I kind of intermingle them in my journals because I love them both and they go well together, I think. So let's have a quick flick through. In the front cover we have just a pocket there with this book belongs to ticket and a note from the bookmaker. One of my ladder pockets filled with some ephemera there, and that's a vellum page. So I usually put doilies and plain papers and printed papers and little bits of note paper, music paper, scrap paper. So a bit of a variety of papers, but I hope still there's plenty of ephemera in here. And I leave a lot of blank pages, so somebody who wants to get the book and decorate it themselves, it's got a lot of scope with empty pages that you can decorate how you like. And there's a lot of ephemera spread throughout the book in various multi-pockets that could certainly be spread out and balanced through the book a little bit differently. It's a little altered paper clip up there that is removable. It's quite bulky. I thought it was best to be able to remove that from the book if you want to write or draw or something like that. And here I've just made a little paper bag using Glad Bake, but the Glad Bake is kind of like in a eco kind of paper. I've got a book called Etiquette for Young Ladies, which is pretty much about the stuff of what goes on in the social requirements of the day back in the 1800s. So I've used that as a pocket there with a slide behind it. And here we've just got a page with 2 pockets on it, and there's some cards and tags in there. One of the, where I've used a window face envelope to make a pocket here, and with a tuck spot behind. I often put another little tuck on the front, but I didn't on this one. I've just used some of my sticker collaging on the front there, and she was too pretty to cover her up. Now, there's actually 3 of these throughout the book, and there's one prior to this that I haven't shown you, but I like to add some of the details about what life was like back in the late 1800s when Jane Austen was writing her stories. I think it's fascinating to know the restrictions that were placed on young ladies. For instance, did you know that back in those days a kiss indicated your intention to get married? And young women were not to be alone with men in private without a chaperone. I mean, it's really fascinating stuff of how far we've come in a couple of 100 years. But there's another one further on about introductions, I think, and another one further. There's 3 throughout the book. Here we have an envelope. It's got a few things in it. A couple of cards that go with the book, you know, that are sayings from Jane Austen's books. And this one's a postcard, but what I've done, I've stuck it on a piece of paper and folded it behind. So you've got that attractive front to it, but there's plenty of writing space behind it as well. And they just go in there on the edge of the page. And I'll put a bit of lace or something on that maybe, or a charm. Another one of the pages from my booklet about the etiquette for young ladies, and this one is about the subtleties of dress, because it was very, very important back in those days, more so than now. And another one of those little bags that I've made there. This actually is meant to be in the front of it there because it's a multi-level tuck spot there. Here we've got a bit of a flip up, and underneath there is a card in the pocket up the top, and a little pull down there with some extra writing space. A nice corner, very floral corner tuck there with a big tag that I've made. And this one, this little saying card is about dance, and it's it just says some stuff about that, of what dances actually meant. And one of them was the rules of etiquette were strictly observed. A gentleman was not supposed to dance with a woman more than twice unless he was intent upon marrying her. Do you know that Jane Austen, she never married, but she was engaged one time. She was engaged all of probably about 12 hours. She got engaged one evening and broke it off the next morning. Goodness knows what the man did in that 12-hour time, or whether she just had a change of mind. I don't know. But certainly there wasn't too much romance about it at all, I don't think, anyway. And here's another one of those. No, that's just a little, that's a different one. It's actually a little card like this, and I've actually put some extra paper in there for extra journaling space. And that just tucks behind. It's got a card there in the pocket, and a little tuck here behind that tuck spot. Some music paper, plain. Here I've made one of those little tube thingies. I don't even know what to call them, I really don't, but I make them out of tracing paper and then just sew them into the middle of the book. So you get tuck spots either side, and you get a tuck in there. So I like making those too. And then we've got a few extra tucks and tags here in this ladder pocket. I usually have one at the bottom, so I'll put that there. And more tucks here. This is probably true even today. Perhaps it is our imperfections that make us so perfect for each other. So a few of the sayings from her books. And there's a little tuck spot in there, which is just a little bit of writing space, kind of like a little postcard. And another tuck there with a couple of images behind that. And there it is. So I hope you like that. I think I really love this theme. I've made several books in this one already, and I probably haven't finished. And as I say, you can't even tell that it's two kits really, I don't think anyway, because they just mingle in so nicely together. I think both kits are gorgeous, and I just enjoy working with them. So just gorgeous. I think they're gorgeous kits. So, and I hope you think that this is a very lovely journal as well. Thank you for looking. Bye now.